Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, live here from Tilted Kilt Syracuse, 3019 Erie Blvd East. For those that are watching and listening in, to everybody here, happy that came out tonight. Looking over the NFL draft as it happens with Syracuse NFL, CFL alum Drummond. Rob played for the Philadelphia Eagles for 5 years. He's not happy, so we'll talk about that. I can see it on his face, but I've known this man a long time. I don't want to talk about the Eagles with you, but I know we have to. There are picks that came in. We talked about the top 13. We're going from there. Devontae Parker going to the Dolphins. From Louisville, 14th pick, wide receiver. Devontae, as Syracuse fans know, when you go up against him, very strong player, good player, probably the best one behind Kevin White, so it makes perfect sense that Amari Cooper, Kevin White, Devontae Parker, makes sense that it would go 1, 2, 3 like that. What do you think about this pick for the Dolphins?
Very good pick for the Dolphins. After getting Dominic Seward, he showed good defense. Get guys to play around him. So getting a type of player like Devontae, you got good speed, great speed actually when he's downfield. As I said before, this year's wide receiver draft class is very athletic, very good, very physical. So it's a good pick for the Dolphins. And, hey, the Dolphins beat the Patriots last year, so we're looking up.
Dolphins getting Devontae Parker. Ryan Tannehill, is he the quarterback for you? I mean, is this a guy that's done enough?
No. Tannehill's okay, but he's a quarterback right now. I think he's holding the spot for the Dolphins really to pick up a big-time star quarterback. Tannehill's, he's compatible for that position right now, but I don't think he's a good quarterback to take it to the next level.
We look at the next pick, the 15th pick. It's the first time that we saw a trade in this first round. We thought there would be a trade. Somebody would go up your Eagles to go up to number 2. It didn't happen. The first trade is a simple trade. 15th pick gets flopped to the 17th, vice versa. 15th pick was supposed to be the Niners. They traded to the Chargers. Chargers end up trading to the Niners for the 17th pick. Chargers jumped up. The whole talk was that they were going to get a running back. They saw Todd Gurley go 10th to the Rams, so they jumped up just 2 spots. 49ers gave him an opportunity to get Melvin Gordon out of Wisconsin. What do you think about that?
A great move by the Chargers. Not only did the Chargers get Gordon, but they also get 2 draft picks in the 15th and 16th draft. So they got a pick, they got quality, plus they got the player they wanted. So that was a great move by the Chargers.
Melvin Gordon, in your mind, does he aid this Chargers team right away? Does he help? You have DJ Fluker blocking and all that. You know, there's obviously good guys on the line. But do you believe that Melvin Gordon can change the Chargers for the better at this point?
I think Melvin Gordon is a great running back. He's going to go with the Chargers. The Chargers have bigger issues than Melvin Gordon. And that's pretty well, I guess he doesn't want to be with the Chargers. Philip Rivers does not want to be there. So that's another issue. That's another situation where maybe by getting Gordon, Philip Rivers will change his mind and understand they're trying to go in one direction and trying to get to that get the Super Bowl back. I'm not going to Philip check, so that's something he's ready to solve.
Oh, Philip Rivers, the day that they decided to keep him as the young quarterback and get rid of Drew Brees, I said they will forever remember that moment as the wrong decision. Drew went on to win a Super Bowl. Philip Rivers still doesn't know how to win games in the postseason. They have Melvin Gordon now as they move forward. And then quarterback drafted 16th, Kevin Johnson to the Texans. He's coming out of Wake Forest. Wake Forest under Dave Clawson in his first season as head coach. They struggled, obviously. They didn't play that well. They were right on the bottom of the Atlantic Division of the ACC with Syracuse. But a guy like Kevin Johnson was one of those rays of hope. He was one of those shining lights. What do you think about the Texans going after a corner?
Good quarterback. Very athletic, very skilled, takes plays off. That's the one thing I talk about these young men. When you watch the game film, if you show them at the TV and the coverage, you can't take plays off. You can get away with it in college, but at the pro level, you're not going to be able to beat because you're playing against the best of the best. So very talented player, very fluid, gets the ball well, comes out of this break very, very well. So it was a player that definitely helped him a lot.
We look from there to Eric Armstead, defensive end, 17th pick. The Chargers traded that pick to the Niners. He's out of Oregon. So Niners get a defensive end. The Jim Harbaugh era is over. It makes no sense to me. Successful in Stanford, goes to the Niners, gets them into the playoffs every year that he's there, gets them to the Super Bowl, gets them to the championship game in the NFC, and he is repaid by the front office saying, well, we don't have the same mindset. We have whatever the difference is. Jim Harbaugh ends up leaving, he goes to Michigan and to help out Michigan recruiting, which I'm sure he'll do well there. But just as I don't understand the decision of the Niners to get rid of Harbaugh, I don't understand Eric Armstead. There were some Niner fans in Chicago that we were watching, their response where one of the guys kind of did a, hey, all right, whatever, I'm going to platform, this is on my team now. What do you think about a defensive end? Was this the right thing to do on a team that has wide receivers they've lost? They have a running back that's getting older. Was this the right thing to do?
You know what, as you said, they just lost the wide receiver, Frank Gore, it's just, they have way more needs than a defensive end, and I don't understand it at all. Sometimes I think the general manager just think, I have no idea. They must go eating to take some of the pictures, but I have no idea that they're all over the place.
Then we look to the next one, Marcus Peters, cornerback, 18th pick, going to the Chiefs. The Chiefs did not have, in 16 games, a wide receiver catch a touchdown pass. They had tight ends, they had running backs, and they had fullbacks. Not everybody has a fullback on their roster in the NFL on 32 teams. They're throwing the fullbacks. No good wide receiver. Dwayne Bowe is a shell of whatever the heck he was supposed to be. And they draft a quarterback, not just any corner. Marcus Peters' draft sheet reads like a Pac-Man Jones draft sheet, and he hasn't played it down in the NFL. We always talk about character over everything, character over talent, character over whatever we think they can do. You and I are in agreement that even if they can win games for you, character is eventually going to hurt you because they will be suspended. Something's going to happen. It's the reason why you and I would stay away from the Chris Johnson running backs of the world. So Marcus Peters to the Chiefs, it made no sense. But to anybody, why draft a guy that has so many issues?
I mean, it's just at some point you get to the Division I college football league, you have to go up and be a man. You know, it's just you get in trouble over and over and over again to the point where you kick off the team at the end of the year. I mean, Stu Jackson is just, I mean, he's the type of person with all the problems that are happening in the NFL. He's going to do something, get himself in trouble, and probably do it not in the draft. They're going to be kicked off the team or suspended for years. So I do not understand the Chiefs for this pick. They have more, as you said, more than our needs in terms of wide receiver. They go after a troubled cornerback. I don't get it.
And then on to Cameron Irving, a center, 19th pick. The Browns had already selected Danny Shelton, defensive tackle. I think he's going to be good for them. I actually believe that Danny Shelton is going to do some nice things for Cleveland's defense, which I don't think is got off. I don't think it's a terrible, worst in the country defense. But Cameron Irving, yes, he's a center. Yes, he's on Florida State. Yes, he can do a lot of good things and protect the team, and was on a team that won a national championship. And on a team that made it to the Final Four for the first time in college football playoff. But the big question is, who in the heck is Cameron Irving or any offensive lineman going to be blocking for? The Browns don't have a true starting quarterback. So Cameron Irving makes sense on any team. He's a good player. But why would the Browns draft him, and why draft him in the first round?
Why did the Browns move up last year to draft Johnny Manziel? Who knows what the Browns did last year off of that? Like I said again, once again, here's another team eating more, and they're draft picking. It's just sometimes teams make moves that you don't understand. I think he's a great center at that spot. He's going to do a great job, but he's a strategy. The Browns have so many more needs. Yes, we need to solidify the line. We need to start there, but we didn't have to move up last year to draft Johnny Manziel because everybody in the world can tell you that they will be a bust.
It's very funny to me that I feel like the movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner was actually better drafting by the Cleveland Browns than they actually do. Cleveland Browns are kind of like that guy that plays fantasy football in your league that you love having in your league because you know he will never take the guys that you want. That's kind of where it sits. We'll round out the top 20 with your team, the Philadelphia Eagles, your alma mater where you played for 5 years. Wide receiver Nelson Aguilar from USC. A lot of wide receivers out there. Aguilar statistically is in the top 65 at 65, but I think you and I were a little bit dumbfounded by this pick.
Don't understand the pick at all. And at some point, you look at the history of receivers coming out of USC, and none of them go on a shine. None of them go on to star in the NFL. Yeah, they're good role players, but none of them go on to step up and be the type of caliber receivers that you think they are. This is the quarterbacks. Yes, Carson Palmer is a good quarterback, but now maybe a Luan, who was the quarterback at USC, never really panned out. And Matt Minor, it goes on and on. So this is a pick that has me scratching my head. Yes, we need a receiver, but at some point, it's really up to make a move, get yourself to the attention, because the Dallas Cowboys is the strongest team that can be.
You are not a Dallas Cowboy fan, so what do you think makes them the strongest?
I think the fact that they have an offensive line solidified, they take well up front on defense. You get a Tony Romo, as bad as he may be, he's a veteran quarterback in that position. So as long as you have an offensive line that can protect you, you have a veteran quarterback. You can do a lot of things. Right now, we're at mastery. To try to get ourselves together. You have Eli Manning in the Giants, you have Odell Beckham coming up his great year. Victor Cruz is coming back. The Washington Redskins got a great offensive line, now Morris can run behind him. And RG3's mind's going to be a little bit better now because now he's got money because he didn't have a shooter's contract. So we're a mess right now. The division that's going to be a lot tougher.
Shane Ray, as we're talking right now, defensive end was selected 23rd overall. Some people thought he was a top 10, top 15 pick out of Missouri. He got caught with possession, got in trouble recently, right before the draft, just a few days before the draft. He gets in trouble, but the Denver Broncos believe that he could be the guy that helps their defense minimize points when it's typical that Peyton Manning's trying to outscore another team. They get a guy like Shane Ray. He's talented, but he's also another guy that got in trouble recently.
We just said I saw him on TV about 3-4 picks ago, and he was not happy. When I first thought when I saw that little man, I was like, you're not happy, bro. You did it to yourself. You're the one that called him, no one else, so don't blame anybody else. That's where I think these gentlemen better step up and understand and accept responsibility because no one does anything to you that you do to yourself.
That's Rob Drummond coming here from Tilted Kilt Syracuse. Rob Drummond, Syracuse, CFL, and the NFL. Of course, myself, Dan Tortora. Here with you, Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora live. We were here with Darius Kelly, a defensive back, going into the NFL draft, and interviewed him before, so make sure you check out those videos at wakeupcallvt.com. Also had Robert Welsh, a defensive end, outside linebacker, potential tight end, and coming up right after Rob, you want to make sure you make it out to see us tomorrow, Friday, May 1st. We will be back here at 7 p.m. with Adonis Amin Moore, a running back that is in the NFL draft, hoping for an opportunity from Syracuse to the NFL, the human wrecking ball, looking for his chance at stardom in the NFL. Once again, for Rob Drummond, myself, Dan Tortora, thank you so much. Make sure that you enjoy yourself. Come out to Tilted Kilt for those watching on video and listening in. 3019 Erie Blvd E, the premier sports pub in Central New York with the greatest fans. So we appreciate it. Have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.